Well, hey guys, today we are going to be moving forward. So we've already done estimation, addition, and we touched on subtraction of large numbers yesterday. And today we are going to be doing subtraction using the standard algorithm of large numbers, including zeros. Our objective is to use the standard algorithm to subtract large numbers, including zeros. We will also be practicing estimating to find the difference as well. In your notes, I want you to write the following equation. 326 minus 157. If you want to draw the horizontal and vertical lines and write your place value abbreviation for hundreds, tens, and ones, please go ahead and do so. So take a moment and write those out. Pause the video here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start our practicing. Remember, with subtraction, you start in the ones place and you move from right to left. Now, if the number on bottom has a value that is larger than the digit that's on top, you have to borrow or regroup. Remember, in subtraction, when you are lining up your numbers, the number with the larger value total goes on top. So in this instance, 326 is greater than 157. But when we start our subtraction in our ones place, the 7 in the ones place is greater than 6. So we have to regroup and borrow from our tens place. So we're going to make our tens place, we're going to make it become a 1. And we're going to add that 1 to our 6. Now we can start to subtract. 16 is the number that is on top in the ones place now. You can take 7 away from it and you are left with 9. So make sure that you write that down inside your journals if you have not already solved. If you've already solved, make sure your work is correct as we move forward. Now here we go again. We're in the tens place. Your 5 cannot be taken away from 1. So we have to regroup again. So we're going to go to our hundreds place. We're going to take 100 away from 300, making it a 2. Then our 1 in our tens place now becomes an 11. Make sure you follow the steps correctly. If you did it wrong, fix it now. Now we can subtract. 11 minus 5 is 6. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So here is our warm-up. You should have had a difference of 169. Check your work, pause the video, get yourselves caught up if you need to do that now. We're going to practice a few more together so that when it is time for your exit ticket and independent work, you have plenty of practice and examples in your journals to go back to. So here's another example. This one has the word estimate on top. So what we're going to do is we're going to round our numbers first because we're going to do our estimation first, and then we'll go back and do the regular subtraction afterwards. So I look to see, and both of these numbers have values up to hundreds, but you can still round it up to the thousands on this one, and I'm going to show you how that works. So here on your 3,000, underline your 3. And circle your 7 for our rounding rules. Now, there is no digit in the thousands place, and that's okay. I'm still going to put it there. I know that that is a 0 as a place value holder, but let's go ahead and go back to 3,716. The 7 tells the 3 it's going to go up 1 more. So I'm going to write my 4,000 over to the side. Make sure you have written out both equations. 3,716 minus 613. Then to the right, do your rounding because we round before we do any kind of addition. Now here I have 613. I know that the thousands that it's in between is 0 as a whole number and 1,000. Your 6 here tells the 0 that it's going to go up to 1,000. So 613 is closer to 1,000 than it is 0. So if you are behind, pause the video here. Now what I want you to do is subtract 400 minus 100. Take your 4,000, excuse me, minus 1,000. You're going to take 1,000 away, and you are left with 3,000. So if you had this on your paper written out and printed out like this, inside the estimation box, you would write 3,000. But in your notes, have it to where you have it beside. This is your estimation part of it. Now we're going to go back and practice standard algorithm. 6 minus 3, simple, is a 3. 1 minus 1, simple, it is a 0. When you have 1, you take away 1, you have nothing left. 7 minus 6 is a 1, and 3 minus itself is a 3. Now we're looking at our two answers. When we rounded and estimated, we got a total of 3,000. When we actually did the standard algorithm, we got a difference of 3,103. Those two look pretty reasonable. So I would say my answer is probably correct. Make sure you have your work written down. If you need to pause the video here, pause the video and make sure you get that work written down. We're going to do one more practice before we get to the exit ticket and your independent work. So in your journals, I want you to write this equation that's below here. Again, if you want to put your place value homes and the abbreviations for thousands, hundreds, 10,000s, and ones, you can. But I do want you to make sure you have your digits lined up. Write 4,839 minus 654. And again, we're going to estimate first. So you can draw your arrows out to the right. And we're going to round 4,839, and we're going to round 654. Make sure you get that written down. Now, the 8 is going to tell the 4,000 you need to go up one more. And it rounds up to 5,000. The 6 in the hundreds place will tell my 0 in your thousands place that it also is going to round up to 1,000. Make sure your digits are lined up. Make sure you put your symbol. And now we subtract. 5 minus 1 is 4. You can bring down your zeros. So our estimated total or difference is going to be 4,000. And now we subtract. Again, we're going to move over back to our original equation. And if you need to rewrite it, you can. Just make sure that you are following along as we go. Here we have 9 minus 4. I can take 4 from 9, and I'm left with 5. But when I get to my tens place, I can't take 5 from 3. So I have to borrow from 800. 800 becomes a 7. And my 3 becomes a 13. 13 minus 5 is 8. If I have 6, I can take away 6 from 7. I'm left with 1 remaining. And my 4 just comes on down. And you should have a difference of 4,185. If I look at my difference, using the standard algorithm and I compare it to my estimation, it looks reasonable because 4,185 would round to 4,000. Make sure that you have your notes written correctly. You have worked out everything correctly. And we're going to move to the exit ticket and independent work. Now your exit ticket is on Friday number 2. You're going to use your journals to write down the following equation. You're going to estimate and round the two numbers and then find the estimated difference. And also you're going to subtract 23,775 minus 5,316 to find the difference. And that will be explained on the exit ticket. After you have completed the exit ticket, you will turn it in with the attachment of your work, and then you will move to the independent work, which is on page 47 of your Orgo workbook. And again, that will be explained on Friday number 3, Orgo ticket or Orgo independent work, and it is number 2 and 3 on page 47. Again, you have to do the exit ticket first, take a picture, turn it in, and then you will start your independent work, which is on page 47 on your Orgo workbook. And you are only doing 2 and 3 inside of there. Once you have completed all of that, you are finished for today. I will see you guys soon.